South African President Cyril Ramaphosa welcomes Nigeria with open hands. Fellas, this is going to be quite hot. In Zimbabwe, you cannot have an abo, you know what I'm saying? If you do kloof without using a... Now there's a law on how you should do kloof in Zimbabwe. You need to watch this. Namibia elects its first female president. She looks decent, but many people doubt about her. We're going to find out about that. Fellas, Cyril Ramaphosa has opened the door. A door that many people want closed. That is a door of allowing Nigerians into South Africa. So Cyril Ramaphosa, South African president, met with Tinubu, who is Nigerian president, in South Africa. In their meeting, he very clearly said that he was offering an opportunity for Nigerians to apply for visa in the South African embassy without submitting their passport.
Tourists from Nigeria are now able to apply for a visa without even submitting a passport.
So Nigerians can now apply for visa to South Africa without a passport. And also Nigerians will receive 5 years multiple entry visas.
Our efforts to create a favorable environment include our simplified visa process for Nigerian business people to travel to South Africa. Qualifying Nigerian business people can be granted a 5-year multiple entry visa.
This is shocking to many people, many South Africans. Why? If you don't know, then you should know. South Africa and Nigeria have a very bumpy relationship. Many South Africans do not like Nigerians in their country. And Nigerians in return, they send them back to talking. So it's very, very vicious. So many South Africans are very unhappy about Cyril Ramaphosa and what he did because we don't want Nigerians. Why do we give them visas? We don't want Nigerians. Why do they have to apply without bringing their passport? This is what the president said very clearly. As part of the work on the way to modernize, streamline visa application processes worldwide, South African mission in Nigeria has improved the efficiency and convenience of applying for a visa. Now, prospective travelers can apply for their visa without submitting their passport along with their application. At the time of the application, they are only required to submit certified copies of the bio page of their passport, and their actual passport should also be availed during application process for verification and confirmation. Once a visa is approved, they are required to submit their passport for the process to be completed for the visa to be affixed in the passport. These changes have improved the customer experience while ensuring security and integrity of the overall visa application. Now, this is very interesting. The president is very clear. Online, a lot of people have made many videos bashing Cyril Ramaphosa, South Africans, saying he shouldn't be president. They regret why they voted for him. It's about time he leave office because how can you allow Nigerians to come into their country? Because their country is the best country in Africa and Nigerians are drug dealers. Nigerians are human traffickers. Nigerians are launderers. Nigerians do negative and bad things. Nothing good about Nigerians. So why? People are very disappointed. But many people don't understand, geopolitics don't work that way. We can understand you don't like Nigerians. We understand some of them are drug dealers. We understand their attitude you don't like because Nigerians are very upstanding people, okay? Whether they're right or wrong, Nigerians are very confident people. And their confidence sometimes can go beyond the normal, beyond the acceptable. The bottom line is if you're standing on a queue in front of an ATM and you don't know how to stand up for yourself, a Nigerian coming along is going to pass all of you and go to the ATM. I've seen that myself many times. So you need to be strong enough to tell them, hey, the queue is over there. And obviously South Africans don't like it. Black South Africans, we're talking about black South Africans. White South Africans don't care, okay? Indians and colored don't really care about that. Black South African hates the fact that Nigerians go to their country all of a sudden do wrong things. Now you need to understand one thing. Geopolitics don't work that way. For President Ramaphosa to speak this way, there's a lot of work that's been done behind the curtains. As much as you may hate people and you want to keep the country for yourself and you don't want other people, no country survives by itself. I'm just going to be honest with you. Countries need investors. And I'm not saying all Nigerians are investors, no doubt about it. Some of them are drug dealers. Everybody needs visitors. And also, Nigeria and South Africa are two of the biggest economies in Africa. They need each other in some level. And the South African government needs to prove, because there's been so many mayhem, so much things happening, they need to show that they are not xenophobic. So some people could be xenophobic, but the government is not xenophobic or Afrophobic, because, well, xenophobia in South Africa also seems to be targeting only black people. Apparently white people can never be foreigners or illegal. It's only black people. Anyway, so what we're saying here is that it's very clear. President Ramaphosa made it clear. They're going to offer Nigerians a 5-year visa. They're going to offer Nigerians, submission of visas, application without submitting the passport. Now, does this mean it's going to be easy for Nigerians to go into South Africa? Absolutely not. You can still enjoy applying without bringing your passport, without necessarily getting a visa. And he's saying that they want more entrepreneurs, more business for Nigeria, more good quality. So from what we understand, there's been a lot of talks, a lot of discussion behind the curtains between the two presidents and the two governments. Therefore, it's very necessary for the government of South Africa to clean up, that thing that's happening between Nigeria and South Africa. Next time, we're going to talk very deeply about it. The bottom line is this. Nigerians have done a lot of negative things in South Africa. Yes, maybe. But should they all be kicked out? Absolutely not. Look, white people have done a lot of bad things in South Africa. Should they be all kicked out? Well, if they're kicked out, you have no electricity, my brother. You have no decent road. I'm sorry, I'm just telling the truth. You have no railroad and all that. What that fast train that South Africa's got, how train? I'm sorry. Yeah, I know the black people are catching up, but the mental behind most of these infrastructure are white. We need to acknowledge that. And that is one of the main reasons why South Africa is advanced compared to many African countries. White people went to South Africa to stay. They didn't go to steal and leave like did in other African countries. And I'm not saying black South African are incompetent. I never say that. I'm saying so long until people catch up, because when you sit next to somebody that knows, you learn, right? Until you catch up, you still need them. Politics is not your feelings. I don't care how you feel, whether you hate people. Just because you hate people, you want to stay by yourself and enjoy the things that other people created because it's not you. Politics don't work that way. Okay. We are moving to Zimbabwe, fellas. So in Zimbabwe, the law prohibiting abo, you know what abo is? When you do truth and your stomach gets big. You know what I'm saying? I can't say the word because we're going to... The law prohibiting abo service for women who are taken by force, you understand what I'm saying, by their husbands, then girls that are under the age of 18 is unconstitutional. That is the Zimbabwean court saying. So basically, there was a law saying that a woman who's been fluff by force and gets, big stomach cannot go for an abo. You know what I mean?
If we legalize abortion, the downstream effects, negative effects to our society are immeasurable. And I think that we begin to take life so loosely and so lightly, and there will be no respect for life. And that's right.
And also, a child under the age of 18 cannot go for an abo.
The government has already made decisions that there are certain exceptions, and we're saying we should come to a place where our government can also allow women for a change to make decisions about what happens with their bodies.
So they've been fighting the law, and eventually, a ruling was handed out on November 22nd this week. Judge Maxwell Kavuka said the ruling is significant, given Zimbabwe's restrictive abo law often led to women and men into illegal and unsafe backstreet abo and all that stuff. Okay, so abo is allowed in Zimbabwe in certain circumstances, not all circumstances, very specific. It's only allowed in circumstances such as pregnancy endangers the life of a woman, or maybe there's going to be a physical defect on the child. The child will be permanently handicapped, and women can also access abo if they are victim of when your brother does that to you or your cousin. Then so the law has been changed. Now people can go and have their abo. It's a good thing. If you've been taken by force, not being able to free yourself like that could be a very heavy load in your brain, no doubt about that. So props to Zimbabwe for thinking about other people and allowing people that are under the age of 18 in case of, to sort of make better decisions. I don't know how you feel about that. That's what it is. Now, in Namibia, here's a map. Namibia is a beautiful place, a lovely country. There's a brand new president in the name of Netumbo Nandi. Okay, brand new president. She's not a young little chicken. She's an older woman. She was declared the winner of the election. There's been a lot of people that's been, saying that it's not fair. The election was not conducted appropriately. Some sites were off power, disconnected. So about 400,000 people did not vote. Now, this lady is part of the SWAPO party. They've been in power for 34 years. So in 34 years, people are very angry and tired. They want change, right? This is the party that kicked out the colonialists. Now they want change, and people are very unhappy about that. Let me just remind you here, number one, that Namibia is one of the most stable countries politically in Africa, next to Botswana, that's also had an election very recently, where in Botswana a brand new party took over power, pushing away the party that regained independence for the country. The bottom line is, it's about the people. It's about the people. If people are happy, government will be happy. In Mozambique, also the same thing. People are not happy because the Frelimo political party has been in power for the longest time. People want them out. It's about time for change because things are not working. Let me know how you feel about this. President Cyril Ramaphosa opening up the door for more Nigerian to come up. Jollof, Egusi sauce, Jollof, Ogbono sauce, Jollof, bitter leaf, Jollof. You must mix that with omboti. Of Zulus, Nigerians and Zulus. It's specifically Zulus. It's not all blacks. It's specifically Zulus and Nigerian. Igbos. God bless.